Hey guys, how's it going? This is Carl from Several War Games, and as you can see, I'm bringing you my version of Blue Eyes. However, do note that there are many versions of Blue Eyes out there at the moment. Um, it's semi-competitive, it's not very competitive, it's more fun, competitive, rather than serious, let's go hard, take this to a regionals type of deck. So this is just a version I'm testing. I'm not saying this is the most competitive variant whatsoever. This is just the version I've built myself and I'm currently testing. And with that, we'll get straight into the profile. So first is the free Blue Eyes White Dragon. I understand a lot of people are cutting this down to 2. I personally actually see the need for 3 in quite a lot of combo routes. Until that stops happening, I will be keeping this at 3. And this one's a bit controversial, but 2 Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. Simply because with this card on the field, you can't target other cards. Your opponent can't target other cards with card effects. So, and it's not a once per turn when it's reborn. So it's a soft lock if you manage to get both out. And obviously, with you, as you'll see later in the deck profile, there are multiple methods to get more than one of this card to the grave. Next, alternative, the old favorite. Sadly, it doesn't bring as much to the deck as it used to. The new cards bring different chains of different routes, shall I say, of playing the deck. So 1 seems to be enough. Necessarily, you could go to 2. I would argue there's no reason to ever be at 3. You could go to 2 and maybe cut down 1 jet if you don't agree with that route. I'd say it's either or. You either have 1 jet and 2 alternatives, or 1 alternative and 2 jet. You couldn't really get away with 2 or both. I mean, you can try, but you would most likely brick more than Blue Eyes already kind of naturally does. At times, not all the time. Next is the Abyss Dragon. Amazing card. This is pretty much our Garnet. We do not want to draw this at all. Again, end phase, being able to search any level 8 dragon is amazing. And last of the Blue Eyes Dragons, or shall I say the big boys, the level 8s, is I am also playing 1 Spirit. Spirit, I can't see myself cutting. I think Spirit comes up in great situations. The fact that under cards like Skill Drain, because it resolves in grave, you can still activate the effect and get out of Blue Eyes. That does it for the 8s. Moving on to the smaller guys, should we say? Definitely not lesser. The free Dictator of D. Great card. A lot of people ignore or don't read the battle altering effect, which can come up quite often. It's surprising. So don't feel like you have to link this off the field, because if you get it out and they don't read it, let them swing into whatever you want them to swing into, your choice. Next is Free Sage. Sage is Sage Bay, Sage is Sage. Great card. Also part of the new 2-card combo with Dictator. This is the next cards are varied depending. Everyone's got a different belief in ratios on this, but me personally, I like 2 Ancients and 1 Legend. Again, the Legend comes up in combo, and an Ancient can also come up in combo to get you, well, it does come up in the combo to get you the Abyss in the end phase to then search a level 8. And then last for the tuners will be the 1 of Effect Failure, because you can search it. Feel free to cut down some of the ratios in this deck if you see fit to fit in more hand traps. This version at the moment doesn't play any hand traps except for that Veiler. Again, this is something that's just being tested at the moment, and that will probably be changed at some point. But we got to start somewhere. Next, I'm playing 1 Chaos Dragon Legionnaire and 1 Chaos Emperor. Simply for melody, extenders, just in general. Yeah, you don't really start with them, but they're allowing you to attempt to go for an OTK in not game 2, but you know, round 3, sorry. Not round 3 at all. Ignore me, I'm having a brain dead moment. Moving on, that's the end of the monsters. Moving on to the spells. So for the 1-ups, 1 for 1, Foolish Burial, Dragon Shrine, and Monster Reborn. That's it for the 1-of. Well, no, it's not. I'll keep going. Poly, yes, I'm playing Poly. Again, this is for the Abyss Dragon because it also has the effect on Summon where it will search a polymerization spell. So I am putting this in. You'll see why when we get into the extra deck. And then the last single 1-of is the Ultimate Fusion. Don't really need any explanation. The fact that the materials can go back from anywhere kind of is the only reason worth playing this. If it wasn't that way, then we wouldn't play it at all. That's for the 1-offs. Next, 2 bingo machine, simply because it is once per turn, and we do not want to brick on it. 3 trading, again, it's trading, but this is one of the cards you could cut to 0, 1, 2, and fit in hand traps. Same for the next card, Return of the Dragon Lord. Same as the trade-in, it's a Monster Reborn. You can cut this down if you wish to put in those hand traps. And the final spell, the obvious, Free Melody. That's it for the spell count. And last but not least, the traps. We are playing 2 skill drain, because we don't want to brick on it. You know, 3 C2 kind of can suck. Obviously, if they're hitting back row, not, because then you just chain or... but 2 skill drain just because I do want to see 1, but not so often enough that I'm going to run 3. Because it can interrupt the amount of combo pieces, obviously. And finally, the ultimate Creature of Destruction. It's recurring, so it's not just a 1-off, oh, I got a good card, and then it's in the grave. It's recurring, it comes back, it makes your monster into a towers. I just find because it is recurring and because you can search it, it is worth it. And that's it. That's it for the main deck. And moving on to the extra deck. I'll start off with the fusions. Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. Amazing art. I still love this art. It's great now in the sense with the new quick play fusion spell. Simply because you're able to pop during your opponent's turn. And if you use your alternative, you get to pop, I believe it's up to 3 or 5. 3. Imagine it was 5. Excuse me. And next is Blue Eyes Tyrant. I only put this in because I am playing these. Because I believe when it destroys an opponent's monster, if this card battled, yeah. So if this card battles, you can set a trap from your graveyard. That's it for the fusions, just those 2. Moving on to the links, the obvious Link Karibo, the Spheres, Heavenly Spheres, and finally the Hulk, which feel free to bump this up to 2. Like I said, I'm just currently testing, but I have got a Hulk to the side for when I find myself in situations that I need 2. I might alter it in that sense, but at the moment, the majority of combos I'm only needing 1. Not combo, so the majority of games. Moving on to Xyz. So we've got 1 Dingirsu to get rid of those pesky cards. And number 38, Hope. Hope. Yes. It's, you know, it's still a good card. Excuse the gold, but, you know, gold or super, not much choice. It's, again, this is another card that people actually still forget about the battle. Like, it can choose the target, the same as a Dictator. And the next 3 are personal choices. Number 90, it all depends on the matchup, you know, of which of these 2 you make. But, you know, if you're blind in, depending on the format, depending on your locals, you choose which one you believe would be the best choice to go first. However, if you do go for number 90 first, Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord, then the next turn, so turn 2, that's the word I was looking for earlier, turn, wow, wake up. Going into turn 3, your next turn if you were going first, I'm also playing the full armor, Photon, You can just lay it on top because it is a Galaxy Eyes and get the pop. And the same again for the Cipher Blade. So it can assist you in getting a, I won't say a board wipe, but you can pop multiple cards just because you have one card on field. That's it for the Xyz. Moving on to the final part of this profile is the synchros. So we obviously have our Sure Eyes, OG, and Spirit Dragon. Again, built-in protection, graveyard effect negation, as well as a bounce itself to special summon from extra deck. I believe it's a level 7 light, level 7 or higher. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's level 7. You can special summon a light dragon synchro from extra deck. Nope. So I don't know where I'm getting these numbers from. However, the target for that is Moonlight. Again, this hasn't changed since Blue Eyes 1 Worlds, which good old days, eh? When the game was simple. Anyway, that's it for the Dragon Synchros. Now we have Formula Synchro. And I'm guessing everyone knows if you're seeing Formula, you're most likely going to see a Baron. That's it. That's it for the deck profile. If there's any questions, anything whatsoever, please let me know in the comments. Again, I will point out that this is just my current version I'm testing. There are multiple versions. There's no 100% correct version. It's all down to personal preference. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, happy dueling.